Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and if you'd like to apply to be a guest on the show, just head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to Apply. All right, so today I am in Las Vegas, and I'm at the Sahara Casino, and we're having all kinds of fun. We're at the Las Vegas Investor Conference. Lots going on in the main stage, the main room. I'm out here doing podcast episodes and having a whole lot of fun, as I mentioned. And my guest, Brandon. Brandon, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
All right, Brandon. So what brings you out to the show today?
I mean, this is a good one every year. There's just an amazing number of great thinkers and, entrepreneurs. There's all sorts of amazing stuff happening in the research and medical world that we get to hear about, collaborate with. So it's really good.
Yeah. Talk a little bit more about your industry. So what are you up to?
So I have a high performance and research company based here in Las Vegas called Elite Performance Design. And we work a lot with professional athletes. Particularly, we're targeting VO2 max and lung volume. We've cracked a couple of really big medical nuts in that realm, and we work closely with the university here. And we also, we have all sorts of auxiliary sort of locations where we work with some of our athletes and things like that. And the results that we're having with the lung volume increases that we're generating are really special.
Why is that so important for those that aren't familiar with it?
So, depending on the sport, we can see all sorts of different kinds of benefits. We have a top 10 Mr. Olympia bodybuilder, and we increased his lung volume 26%. As a result, he broke his PR in every compound lift every single week for 8 weeks in a row.
So, wow.
Yeah.
That's not common. And by the way,
nuclear.
and thinking about that athlete, he's world, he's already top of the game to be where he's at.
Life in the gym. He's 320 pounds. And these guys break a PR in one lift once a year, maybe.
Yeah.
So for him to back-to-back break every personal record in every single compound lift, bench, dead, squat, overhead, right, row, every week for 8 weeks in a row is absolutely unheard of. And we've had similar results with other athletes too. We had a UFC champ, and we increased his lung volume 19%. That led to a 31% increase in VO2 max and a 30% increase in sparring output.
Yeah.
So huge differences inside the cage for him. We also had some athletes in the Olympics that absolutely annihilated and, brought home some world records because we're giving them bigger lungs. And it's a really novel, unique process that we've stumbled upon through a lot of different work and research. We're about 15 years into some of these concepts.
Wow, 15 years in? Yeah. The company's been around for 15 years?
The company's been around for less than 5, but the team has been together for a really long time.
How'd that come about? How'd that come? That's interesting.
I used to be an artist in Cirque du Soleil, and I was a U.S. champion in dieting.
Come on, man. That's awesome.
Thanks. I had a really big, crazy circus accident. Oh, man, a long time ago. I fell from 90 feet, collapsed my lungs, had a heart attack. In a quaint little city called Wuhan, China, of all places. So I woke up on a ventilator.
Okay.
And I was super frustrated because I had been spending so much time and energy into learning how to hold my breath because I wanted to do this underwater act. So I did what anybody in that situation would do. I called up everyone that I could possibly find in my circle, from Olympic facilities and various physicians and great doctors I worked with in Cirque and with USA Diving. And we put together a really novel team to sort of, go after this riddle. And now my breath hold is, I've done over 10 minutes active underwater, very gently.
10 minutes?
Yeah, and I'm well over 20 minutes when I'm not moving. So
wow.
Yeah.
What does that even look like? How does someone that's?
I mean, you can come to my talk here in a little bit.
Oh,
video
God! What are you gonna be talking about? Give the audience, because not obviously this is an at-home audience. Right. So tell them what.
We'll be talking about how we grow out the lungs, and what we're doing is a really unique combination where we're forcing vasoconstriction and vasodilation in the capillaries in the lungs, which isn't something that really occurs naturally, anthropologically speaking. In animals, we don't experience a positive novel vasodilation. When you do some cardio training, you have really great vasodilation in the brain. That's why cardio and VO2 max training is so effective for depression and anxiety and all these things. When you go to the gym and you work out, you have really good vasodilation, you get a pump, right? But we don't really get that in the lungs. So what we're doing is we take the athlete or the patient, the client. We also do retreats. We work with CEOs and stuff like that. People just want to live longer, folks with asthma or COPD, and we're using a really systematic approach to forcing vasodilation and vasoconstriction back and forth. We're toggling back and forth, and then we're doing that in the presence of pure oxygen. We're changing the partial pressure of oxygen, so we're shrinking down the oxygen molecule. So it's similar to like taking a basketball to the bottom of a pool. So the endothelial walls, your blood vessels, are the ones responsible. The endothelial wall is signaling for whether or not the blood vessel should continue to grow. So by shrinking down the oxygen molecule and then toggling back and forth between constriction and dilation, that transference of oxygen, where maybe we need X number of transfers and it's
Yeah.
going to take 10 years to show endothelial growth, we're going to do all that in like an hour and a half, and we're going to do that.
So you're literally
weeks and
growing
weeks
up.
in a row. We're literally growing, literally
if you just-
100% growing lungs.
Wow.
100% growing lungs. And all of our athletes are going right to the moon, and we've had crazy success.
And is this primarily for only elite athletes like you're mentioning? I'm just curious on where you're at.
You know, our social circle is a lot with athletes.
Is this
and
for
artists.
elite podcasters? I'm just
I mean,
saying, man.
you
why-
can do it too. Anybody can. Anybody can.
That's what I'm asking.
I mean, we recently had a retreat with a bunch of unique CEOs out in New York City, and we're growing their lungs too. So we've got to put
Wow.
up with the process, and you're going to live longer. You're going to run a more alkaline blood profile. You're going to have better neuroplasticity. You're going to have better circulation. Your sleep is going to be much better because you're not going to be acidic. You're not going to
Yeah.
breathe as shallow.
Yeah.
So there's an astronomical number of benefits, and it's really, you can't really point to another major organ in the body where we've cracked some sort of concept on how to grow your heart or your liver. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, if you are on steroids, you're taking HGH, your heart will grow, but that's not healthy. So this idea that we're growing the lungs of anybody, we work a lot with athletes. It's our niche. It's what we really like to do. But we also do these retreats with all sorts of people. There are plenty of folks here that we've worked with in the past, and yeah, it's really exciting. It's a really, really exciting time for us. We're doing a couple of clinical trials and studies that we'll be releasing this coming year, and I'll be doing some other big stuff that I
Man, this is
can't talk
exciting.
about.
I'm excited about to continue to follow the company. So last thing I want you to do, Brandon, I want you to look into the camera and tell everyone how can they follow you, how can they learn more, how can they keep up with this journey?
Well, we're not that active on social media. to be honest.
LinkedIn, nothing.
I mean, we have a website, Elite Performance Design.
Then leave that. Leave that.
Yeah, eliteperformancedesign.com if you want to get in touch with
Hold
us.
on, man. You're telling me you got world-class athletes, all these things you're growing. You're not on social?
Brother, we're like working in a bat cave. We're pretty under wraps. Everything that we do is mostly word of mouth, and we haven't had any need for marketing or outreach.
sure.
So, every athlete that we work with, they go back to their gym, they go back to their teams, and they tell all their friends. And quite frankly, their performance metrics are just off the charts.
So I guess you're hitting weeks of personal reps, and they're like or PR, like
Yeah,
and
for
new,
sure.
new challenges.
So
and they're
we
like, what
get
you
all
doing,
of our
man?
access, word of mouth, but we're working on changing up the branding, and we're going to be doing some really big things this year. So,
Awesome.
we'll have some different kind of launch modalities
Great.
as we evolve.
So the website one more time.
yeah, eliteperformancedesign.com, or you can just hit me up on Instagram, Brandon Birchak, and let me know if you're trying to grow your lungs, and we'll make it happen.
Wonderful. For everybody watching, just so you know, we'll put the links to the website and the in the show notes, so you can just click on it and head right on over. And speaking of the audience, if this is your first time with Mission Matters and you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe or follow button. This is a daily show. Each and every day, we're bringing you new content, new ideas, and hopefully new inspiration to help you along the way in your journey as well. So again, hit that subscribe or follow button. And Brandon, man, really appreciate you.
Hey, thanks so much for having me on. You have a good day, and enjoy the rest of this really great convention. And I'll probably see you at A4M.
Game on.
All right. Thank you.